This sewing chest, Cantilever sewing chest, holds all my leathercraft tools. It used to contain everything to do with sewing. This is my mom's. This was my mom's. It was handed down to me, or I took it. My leathercraft items used to be kept in this fishing tackle box. However, this is much nicer to keep my leathercraft items. This fishing tackle box now contains my bookbinding tools. And the bookbinding tools used to be in this fishing tackle box, which contains the sewing supplies. So sewing supplies used to be here, leathercraft used to be here, bookbinding used to be here. I'm going to, what I want to make is one of these, another cantilever chest drawer combination thing, make doodads for my bookbinding equipment. I want to change it up a little bit here. It's not going to be as wide, or it's not going to be as long. I don't need this middle section, so it is going to be cantilevered. However, this portion will be, I plan on making about 8 inches by 8 inches. And I have a similar drawer here. I make the drawer a little bit deeper. So get rid of the middle section, narrow it down a little bit, have 2 sections on top. I'm going to be making it out of plywood. Not the best quality plywood. It's got a nice veneer on it. However, the interior, it's only 3-ply with a veneer. Very, very thin veneer, but it's what I have on hand. All right. I don't know if you can see this properly. It's in pencil. It's going to be basically done in 3 sections. There's a bottom. Okay, there's 2 top little drawers that cantilever out, if that's the word, marking them section A. They're going to be 8 by 8 inches, length and width, and they'll be 2.5 inches in height. The top lid will be a 1/2 inch. I'm using 1/2 inch plywood and 2-inch walls. The second section will just be basically a square. We'll have the edges around. There'll be no top, no bottom. The bottom will be sitting on top of this portion, section C, and the lid will really be these drawers of section A. So it's just 4 end pieces sitting on top of section C, which is a drawer section, which is a top and a bottom, and the 2 ends. The drawer will open on both ends of this bookbinder's box tool chest. I've got my tomatoes growing here, so it's taking up a lot of room on that workbench at the moment. Another few weeks and they'll go outside. Okay. The original, we've got dovetail joints on the sides here. This looks like maybe it's cherry. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is. I'm not a wood expert. I would like to do dovetail joints. However, I'm using this plywood. If you take a look, it's not the best quality. It's basically 3 layers. Like it's separating. It's 3 layers with 2 veneers. And look how thin the veneer is. It looks, maybe it's poplar. Check out how thin the veneer is. I don't know if you can actually see it. I tried putting a dovetail. I actually tried just doing a lap joint. That's a lap joint is when you have one section like this. And the other section is opposite. And they kind of just join like that. So that's not going to work because I tried that and it just chipped the veneer off. So butt joints it is. Not too happy about that. The dovetail or even lap joints would be a lot nicer, but you know, we're going to go with the butt joints. This is a POC, proof of concept. I want to see if I can build one of these things. If I can, I may endeavor to get some nicer wood, spend the fortune on the wood, and make one out of hardwood in the future. But anyways, well, this section is going to be this way. The handle will be this way, as I'm only having 2 openings. Oh, the hardware. I'm thinking about getting an antiqued brass looking knobs, and want to get some legs. I went to Lee Valley, to the website. If you guys don't know Lee Valley, phenomenal company. It's a Canadian company. They're the makers of Veritas equipment. I don't know if you're working in woodworking, if you've seen Veritas planes, high quality equipment, high quality tools. Lee Valley has products for woodworking, for the workshop, for gardening. They have online catalogs. They used to print the catalogs. The catalogs are, I would say, top 3 bathroom reading. No shit. I found some legs on Lee Valley that I'll be using, and I'm going to get a couple of knobs. So I know what I'm going to purchase for the knobs and the legs. I'll be staining it a color something like this. This sort of color, but it's plywood, so it's not going to look as nice. But anyways, that's the plan. We're going to build the bottom section and the middle section next. And let's see where it leads to. Okay, let me just fix this. Let's drop this down a bit. This is where we're at. I showed you on an overhead camera, which probably wasn't the nicest. We got the bottom section. I've got this just glued. There's gonna be a little bit more sanding to be done, and this is B section. It's just the four sides I've glued it, and I've added some brads, just minimal number. I'm going to add a couple brads to the bottom. We're going to be working on this section next. Even when you're cutting on the table saw with a fine blade, you see some, it's just the way it's going to be. Anyways, we're working on the little drawers next that flip up. And we're going to work on this drawer. They're not drawers, these are cradles, little opening boxes. We're working on the two boxes that cantilever up. Never used the word cantilever before. And we're going to work on the drawer. I've got the pieces cut out. You saw in the previous section of the video that I used a file to give it a slight bevel. I was thinking about beveling the edges on a router. But I wanted a very fine bevel, and the file did a very good job. It actually, got rid of the sharp corners, or got any burrs around the edges. Smoothed it out, and added a bit of a bevel. I wanted to show the bevels in between all the joints. Highlight the butt joints. So, anyways, building the little boxes and the drawer, what I'll be doing is so here's one of the drawers. Because it's butt jointed, one side's going to be longer than the other. What I'll be doing is putting a rabbet on the bottom. I'll be using a 1/8 plywood as the bottom of the drawer, bottom of the little box. So I'll put a little rabbet here, about 1/8 of an inch deep, halfway through. And I'll be doing that on the table saw. This isn't taking that long to do. Need a Red Bull. Okay, table saw. Don't ask me what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly. I figure I'll mark the little brackets, how it's, so it's going to open, it's closed here, and I want it to open till about there. So I'm figuring, and there's going to be a little, there are pieces of wood like that, right? Then it kind of turns. And that's the cantilever, I guess, or I don't know. I've never used the word cantilever before. So I figure I'm going to put the holes in the middle. So this is 2.5, 1 1/4. This is 2 inches at 1 inch. I've drawn a line here, and I figure you want to make it an isosceles triangle. Therefore, I don't know what I'm doing here. Therefore, this angle, whatever it is, should equal that angle coming up here. So I've got an angle of, this is like 30 years old, this thing. I've got an angle of, is that on? So we're at 40, I can't see, 40, call it 43.5. Oh wait, it's not an angle. There we go. So call it 43. So 43. Whoop. So we draw a line. Like that. So right there. And realistically, if I just move it over, move it over 4 centimeters to here. Move this over 4 centimeters. I don't even have this straight. It's here. And go over 4 centimeters. Ugh. Well, that's fine. I don't have to. I just have to do it here. So 4 centimeters here. It's just going to be 2 of them, right? So theoretically, we're going to have one there, and then it opens up. You know what, let's just draw another, let's just draw another straight line, which should also be 40, 43, approximately, right? 10, 20, 30, 43. So when then you open it, it'll come up, and these 2 lines match. And the box opens up. So that's what we're doing. I should have made this a little bit bigger, by like 1/8. Oh well, live and learn. I gotta stain that part still. It's almost I want a Chicago screw in here, right? I don't have Chicago screws. 1/2 inch. What is that? 12, 13 millimeters. Plus, we got like a 25 millimeters Chicago screw. I don't want to go 1/2 inch. What's the other one? Move out of the way. Okay. So with these, so it's a so this is 3/8. It's not 1/2 inch. This is using 3/8. I'm using 1/2 inch, but it's using the same width. Oh, this is nice hardwood, right? I'm so scared of using plywood. Let me take this out. Let me take this apart. See how the connection is. It doesn't go through. Let's see what it is. Is it just a screw? Just a screw. With a washer. That makes it much easier. And I do want this brass colored washers. I don't know if I have enough. I need, how many? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 8. I need 16 washers. I need 16 screws, 1/2 inch, call it 7/8. I need 7/8 inch screws, 16 of them. How tight is it? It's really tight, but it's lower. No, it's half. It is half. Okay. 16 7/8 inch screws, 16 brass washers. I have washers. They look like they're for 1032s or 10 size 10. I want 2, 3, 3. I need brass. 3 knobs, 4 legs, 16 to 16. Oh. 1, 2, 3 knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. In the meantime, I'll probably go tomorrow morning. It's Saturday. I'll sand this, stain this, finish staining this. This is a little bit wet still. Hasn't dried completely, so I'm going to let it dry. After which we're going to give it a top coat, satin. I want the grain lengthwise. And 1/2 inch. I'm going to want it probably that wide, which is 5/8. We'll go 5/8. Which one's 3 1/4? We'll go a little bit longer. 1/4 inch on each side. 4 inches. We'll go 4 inches. 4 inches. 5/8 by 4 inches. Need to go with the grain this way. The little lever things. I don't know what to call them. I've stained them. They're drying. Once dried, I'm going to bring them down over to the drill press here. I'll make a little jig to get the holes all uniform. I went and bought some screws. They're 8x1s. I needed 7/8. They're a little bit long, and but accounting for the thickness of this washer, was that 1/16? It may or may not poke through the wood on the other side. I may just chop off a little bit at the end anyway. But anyways, point is, these are brass and way too shiny. I want a little antique look. I'm using these hinges. Where are my hinges? I have hinges somewhere. Here they are. I'll be using these hinges for the lids. And it's got a little antique bronze look. Not bronze. Bronze goes just a dark antique brass look. So I need to antique these. I need to antique these washers and screws. So I have a jar, a little bit of salt, table salt, iodized table salt. I'll turn this here. My plants are still on the workbench. Takes up a lot of space. They'll be there for another 3 weeks until I get them outside. Everyday white vinegar. There you go. Slosh it around. We're going to get the washers and the screws. Here they go. Here, drop one. Where'd you go, little baby? Anyway, so I have more than I need. So we'll leave this in there for a day. So we'll leave it overnight. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if we get the desired look. Do we like it with the top box's end grain hidden? Or do we like it like this? This one is a little bit symmetrical. You got the end grains, top and bottom, and then on the ends in the middle. Like this. One thing I have like this. I just noticed. Let me just show you this. I just noticed that you can see a gap down here. Because I have it like this instead of, if I hadn't hauled it all out, it would be flat. However, having it like this makes it a larger compartment, which I don't really want. You know what? I do want 2 separate compartments. because I've got the drawer for the long pieces. I am going to make this piece again. Do I have any more wood? Look at this. Oh, just perfect. So I'll have it a little bit taller. Okay, so let me measure. That's fine. Something like this. No. You want it at the bottom. We do that. However, okay. That's the flush part, right? I wanted a tighter fit. Okay. This. I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker since it's split the bottom. Yeah. So we'll have this thickness. Right. Let's do that. Make it a different shape. I'll do it at 1 inch. Do the same. I'll do the same. Oh. This one here. And this will be straight. This is all put a coat of varnish on it, so I can put I can finish the levers while this is being dried. So let me do this, stain it, work on this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this out, stain it off camera. I'm getting the screws on, I'm getting the hinges on. I need to wait for the screws, the other screws, and the washers to age. Then I have to make my way over to Lee Valley to pick up the feet and the knobs. And that's not going to happen for a few days. So, anyways, we're not finishing today. What I should do is put a drop of CA glue in the top portion. This middle layer of the plywood is very, very soft. The screw may not hold, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So, now let's get the middle portion. So there we go. No, that's not right. No, that's not right. How do we do this? Right in. One there, and one right there. And one right here. I decided to make a template for those levers, pivot arms. Let's go over 8 inches. Let's drop the scale a bit. here's the top. Actually, it's 2.5, right? Didn't even measure it properly. So here's the part, here's the lid. Here is the top, and here's the second. This goes all the way over, right? That goes over. So this is the part C, that's the section that's long. This is the box on the right side, box on the left side. And this is the box. I want it approximately, when it's moved over, let's call it 3 inches. The reason I'm doing this is because I want the levers or the pivot arms or whatever you want to call them I want them centered. And the top of the right arm should be equal to the bottom of the left arm where the screws meet. So I figure let me make this to scale, poke holes where the screws go, and that'll be better. Okay, so this is the top, and it's going to sit like this. Not that we really need this here, but it's going to sit here, right? It pivots like that. Okay. And we wanted the center, so 1 inch, and we wanted the center 1 1/4. There, right? Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to keep it at 43 degrees. That's where we had it. So let's make an assumption. Let's just assume we put the first one here. 43 degrees. Why don't I just do that? You want equal distance between here and here. So it's basically going to go like that then, right? Yep. So it's there. So from here to here. Right, let's just go longer. Because if we go longer, we can position these wires. And then we'll go 43 here. My head keeps hitting the top, so my bad. So it's gonna be like that. Pretty good. All right. Let's just use this template. choose the template, right? Okay. Do I have this right? Stop. You know what? These blades are better. These 9mm blades, I'm really starting to like them much better than the X-Acto knives. Yeah. Now I purchased this cheap. This is not self-healing. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, let's just use the punch and it's just the front. Or it doesn't matter. Does it? Then this is the back. This is the front. This is the back. Yeah, way better having a template, isn't it? So those are the 4 holes there. 8 holes on this side. How did we say we're going to do it? Like this? So this one here. One here. This way. tried a few methods. It's not working, so there's the last method. I'm going to put some vinegar. This was sitting in the basement. I'm going to put some vinegar. I'm going to steam these things. So we put vinegar. Okay. I want to do it quick. So they're not shiny anymore. They're getting aged. So you know what? What I did was I put in some acetone for a while. I don't know if I had some lacquer on it, so I took the acetone and then I put in the white vinegar and salt. Just turn the heat on. Plug it in. You don't want it getting wet. Like that. Too much. I gotta cut on my finger, it's killing me. Ow, ow, killing me. Ow. Ow. Okay. I'm not going to touch the vinegar anymore. Let's steam it. Actually, it's not. It's getting there. It's actually getting there. Swirl around in acetone in case there's a lacquer on it. Put it in the steamer. Don't let the vinegar touch it. Let the steam give the brass a patina. It looks like that's the way to do it. For the quick result. Overnight result would be to steam the acetone, get the lacquer off. Then put it in a mixture. I made a mixture of vinegar, salt. I put some hydrogen peroxide in it also. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but we'll let this go for another few minutes. I want it fairly dark, so I hope the steam's not killing my tomatoes. Get away, steam. Maybe it is being harmful to the tomatoes. Let me get a fan on. Fan, I need a fan. Let me get a fan. Okay, let's turn it off. Okay, turn me off. Okay. Oh, just about enough. This turned out really nice. Look, can you see the color? From where it was a nice shiny. Very happy with this. Let's finish it off. Okay, turn this on. Washer. Put it in. The thing is, folks, these were off a slight half millimeter, quarter millimeter here and there, so I measured each one separately and took the measurement off this lever, rocker, pocker. Whoa. So this should fit. Oh no, we need another. We need more washers on the other side. We need washers here too. So washer front, washer back. And then we put this on. Okay, for this side, let me move it back a bit so you can see better. So, here we are. It's nicely centered. Moment of truth. Oh. A little bit tight, but it is tight. There we go. I've got a couple of things in here. Heat and bond. We've got the labels. I need to loosen them a bit. Yes, move it back and forth a bit. Very happy. I need the legs and I need to handle. Okay, let's finish this off. I didn't purchase the hardware where I was going to. I just bought them online. So you got 3 knobs, 4 legs. Let me just show you the legs. They're just legs here. They're going to go on the bottom here. We're going to put 1 knob here, 1 knob here, and 1 on the pull for the drawer. So let's do that, and we'll call it a done. So